What is going on, guys? Joey Suggs here. Welcome to today's video. Now, I've been traveling for pretty much a full month now, and so there's one thing I definitely do not have, and that's any kind of groceries. So I figure let's do a big grocery haul. And what better place to start than where I like to get all my bulk goods, and that is at Costco. All right, we're gonna start in the snacks section, and we're also gonna start with getting, okay, why are all these boxes open? We're gonna start with getting one of my favorite protein bars as of recently, and that's these little Genius Gourmet Skippy bars. It's literally like eating a payday. In the same area, we have like the beef jerkies and things. I'm gonna get these chicken sticks. They're like 50, 60 calories with like 6 grams of protein each. Also gonna snag these Golden Island little snack bites. I think it's like 120 calories, 10 grams of protein. Still really tasty though. And then this stuff right here is an absolute cheat code. It is air dried beef, and just check out the calories and macros. 90 calories, 15 grams of protein, 0 sugar. This stuff is awesome. And I always like grabbing something kind of sweet, and this is what I've been going to recently. It's these little JoJo's bars. The calories macros are not bad at all, and it does kind of satisfy that sweet craving. All right, I just passed by this. They're like organic sweet potato sticks. I don't know whether I'm gonna like them or not, but I'm definitely gonna try them. For a chip substitute with a little more protein, these wild chips are actually really solid, and this flavor is like the sweet chili flavor of the Doritos. Really good as well. Two really good options for some quick high protein sources is this canned tuna and also their canned chicken. I believe I actually have some of the canned tuna at home, but I am gonna grab one of the canned chicken. And it's really nice to use in recipes, things like that. I also just ran into this avocado oil spray. This is what I use to cook just about everything. Avocado oil has a higher smoking point, makes it better for cooking things. A little off topic, but I do get a lot of wine at Costco. I feel like the Kirkland brand wine is actually really good as well. Okay, now I don't get my produce from Costco because it ends up being too much, but I do get some ground beef here. They just started carrying the 93.7 lean ground beef, and it's really good. All right, now I normally stay away from like all of these pre-made foods, but this one just kind of stuck with me, and it sounds really good. Calories and macros are not too bad either, so I think we're gonna try out this Japanese style barbecue chicken. Working into the cold and frozen section, this is kind of boring, but some frozen pre-packaged mahi fillets, really simple and easy just to pull out, toss in the air fryer, and in a few minutes you're good to go. And then I also just came across this, some new Chobani high protein yogurt. Normally I'll go for the 000, but this actually has more protein per calories than that. And of course, every time I'm here, I do have to re-up on the Just Bare Kirkland brand dupe. I do like these better. Now I found myself drinking the Gatorade Zeros a little more often, a little more frequently, so I decided to pick up a Costco pack of them here. Now in another cold section, and I am gonna get these hard-boiled eggs. I know it's a waste of money, but it is so much easier just to do hard-boiled eggs like this. All right, and here's how our cart is looking. I grabbed some water as well, but that should pretty much do it for all the Costco things we're gonna grab. All right, now I also like to get a couple things from Trader Joe's, so that is exactly where I'm at, but I've been asked not to bring my actual camera in there like 3 times now. I don't understand why. People in Costco like love it, but so I'm gonna just do iPhone footage and then we'll do a little voiceover, so. All right, first started out in the produce section. Had to pick up some blueberries, one of my favorite fruits. And speaking of fruits, my favorite apple is Honey Crisps, and so decided to grab a few of these as well. And I don't always get my produce from Trader Joe's, but this looked really good. Also decided to get some bananas. Now these were little bananas, but they're organic. And then we worked into a couple green items. So I got some green beans. These are freshly snipped as well. Makes them a little easier to cook up. And then also went ahead and found these shaved Brussels sprouts, which once again makes them much easier to cook up because they're already cut in half. This was a really good find. The fall harvest chili is back at Trader Joe's. We're gonna be trying this out later in the video, and it is solid. I remember from last year. Also, for a quick little meal, some pre-cooked chicken goes a long way. They have a ton of different options, but this chili limed, already pre-cooked and sliced chicken breast looked absolutely money, and I can throw it in so many different recipes. As far as raw meat goes, one of my favorites from Trader Joe's that I can't find anywhere else are these chicken shawarma. They're chicken thighs, so they have a little more calories, but a lot more flavor, as well as a bunch of really good steak options. And this beef skirt steak,
Very, very solid as well. Kind of like a teriyaki seasoning or sauce on there. Also found this chili onion crunch hummus. Really, really good and not too bad on the calories either. Now, one thing I absolutely have to get whenever I come to Trader Joe's is their bagged frozen jasmine rice. Ingredients, literally just organic jasmine rice. That's it. But I bought, I think, maybe 3 or 4 of these boxes, and they actually have a lot of different options too. Another, I think, pretty new find for me was this roasted corn frozen. A very solid looking bag, and probably is going to go very well with the next item, which is the fire roasted peppers, onions. A really good combo that I use quite a bit. Also had to grab one of these little oranges. This is like, for some reason, my biggest weakness. I love the way they break up. I love the way they taste. I also found this pickle popcorn. The calories are not as bad as some of their other popcorns, and the flavor, really, really good. Another must get when you're at Trader Joe's is their jerkies. Not only their beef jerkies, but all of their jerkies. The calories are not bad at all. The protein's very high. They have a ton of different variety, and the flavor and the tenderness is very, very good. Don't miss out on this either.
And besides Costco, Trader Joe's, the occasional Publix trip, the other place I'm getting, honestly, a lot of my groceries monthly is from Prozis. A couple standouts that I've gotten here recently, these right here, Spelt Puffs, a really, really nice honey cereal substitute. And I actually like it better than cereal because for 1 cup, it's 150 calories. You get a lot of volume in this. It soaks up the milk really well, and it's a great little morning meal. Another morning meal is their muesli. This is their high protein muesli. Once again, very, very solid, 370 calories, 21 grams of protein. Soaks up the milks well, has a lot of good flavor with the chocolate in there too. Or if you don't want muesli, say you want some protein granola over top of some yogurt, that's a good option from Prozis as well. And then these I have all the time at work, mostly as like a little dessert, little treat. They're a chocolate covered rice cake. They're only 100 calories for 2 mini rice cakes with right about 11 grams of protein. So a really, really good choice as well. If you want to pick up any of the food items or any of the supplements that I use every day too, check out the link down below for Prozis. Plus you can use my discount code SUGGS10 and you're going to save 10% off your order as well. All right, back home, everything put away, just took a nice little shower, and I'm about to make dinner, but I want to try some of the things that we got out right now just to see how they fare. And I think one of the first things I want to try is the sweet potato sticks. So they come individually wrapped, and each package is 240 calories with almost 60 grams of carbs. So it's literally all carbs, and the ingredients just say organic sweet potato. Kind of weird because they feel soft in the container, but I feel like they should be like dried out and crunchy, right? This is so weird looking. It feels kind of like a gummy worm. That is so weird. I don't know how is it just like dried? So it's like sticky, but the flavor is really good and the consistency is really good too. Like I was kind of expecting it to be like stringy and it's not at all. It's very like good and chewy. It's kind of like having a sweet potato flavored gummy worm. I mean, I could obviously use them as dog treats if ever needed, but all around they taste good, very interesting. I just don't know how I'm gonna use them in my daily diet. Up next, this air-dried beef. I talked about the macros on this being absolutely crazy. 90 calories, 15 grams of protein per serving. I've had this brand before, but this flavor is new, and it's carne asada flavored, and I feel like it's gonna be pretty good. So if you're kind of new to the air-dried beef, it's literally like a piece of steak that's been air-dried. Oh, wow. That is phenomenal. Wow, that is so good. This is definitely better than the other flavor that this brand had and they used to carry in Costco. I think it was like a chili lime flavor or something. This carne asada flavor is unbelievable. It says no sugar on the back, but it definitely tastes pretty sweet. You can see the calories and macros there as well. It has a really good flavor, and I feel like this is also like a little more tender than the other flavor as well. Yeah, that is really good, and I will definitely be picking up another bag of this. And then I wanted to talk about these because I don't think I gave them enough love when I first tried them out. These were the protein bars I was talking about. 210 calories, 12 grams of protein. Here's what I think is special about them. I mean, that is a pretty good looking bar. It literally looks like a Payday. I haven't had a Payday in years, but I'm assuming it looks a lot like this. I mean, look at that caramel pool. And then you have the protein in there. It tastes like peanut butter. It's surrounded by peanuts, and you have the caramel in there. I know it has kind of a lot of calories for not that much protein, but if you're someone who likes peanuts or peanut butter, you're gonna really like this bar. I can promise you that. And then lastly, I wanted to try these Chobani high protein yogurts because I normally always get the 000, and these actually come in a little bigger container. They are a little more calories, but they do have more protein. This flavor, by the way, is mango. Right away, I can tell this is much thicker than what it normally is on the 000. Oh, wow. Yeah, that is thick. It like coats your mouth, kind of like peanut butter. Definitely gonna be a lot more filling for sure too. The mango flavor is not overpowering at all. I don't mind that, but I don't know if I love the consistency of this rather than like the lighter consistency of the 000. Like I said earlier, it's 140 calories, 20 grams of protein versus I believe the 000 is 90 calories, 12 grams protein or 15 grams protein. I actually think pound for pound, the 000 might be a little more protein. But regardless, I don't mind switching it up, but I probably would stick with the 000 just because I'm not a huge fan of the consistency of this. But all around, some new interesting finds for sure. And now it is dinner time, and it actually worked out perfectly because it is like one of the very first cold nights here in Florida. And I thought, what better way to experience the cold night than making the Trader Joe's Harvest Chili with some of the Kirkland ground beef. So we're making like a true chili meal and giving that a shot. So I'm gonna start out with the ground beef. I'm just gonna go ahead, put it in the pan and get that started to get browned up. Also, I'm gonna hit it with some Kinder's The Blend seasoning. It's pretty much just salt, pepper, and garlic. As for the chili, it doesn't get any easier than this. All we gotta do is poke a couple holes in the top and put it in the microwave. And about 3 minutes in here, and that should be good to go. Now, out of the microwave, we can go ahead and put our chili into a bowl. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add my ground beef. I'm probably gonna make like 2 meals out of this. So I'm gonna add most of the beef in there. Give that a big old stir. And the last thing I'm gonna do is polish it off with a little bit of cheese, and we're gonna use this fat-free cheddar to put over top. All right, I popped it back in the microwave to get it a little warm again and melt the cheese. And this is what we're left with. This bowl is humongous, probably weighs like 15 pounds, and I'm definitely not gonna be able to eat all this tonight. But what I'm gonna do is track half of it, have half tonight, then have the other half tomorrow night, and I can just repeat the tracking so I know exactly how much I ate in total. But that said, there is a lot going on in this meal, and I feel like the amount of ground beef I used turned out perfect in this. That is honestly so good. I love a good beefy chili, and that ground beef, 1, tastes really good, and 2, the amount I put in here is really good, but it goes so well with this Harvest Chili from Trader Joe's. So it's got black beans, butternut squash, cauliflower, sweet potatoes, and it's like in a pumpkin puree with chili spices, and that adds a very nice fall touch to the meal, while still making it like a true chili. The little bit of cheese in there adds that creaminess as well. All around an ideal meal for the first cold night of winter. Also ideal because I just put everything in. So this like half that I'm gonna eat tonight, 480 calories. That's actually not very much at all for how much volume I'm about to consume. When you pop into the calorie or with the macros, 51 grams of protein. The fat is nice and high in there and the carbs are there as well. But all around a super balanced meal and a super easy meal to make. So definitely would recommend 1, the meat from Costco, the ground beef, and then also if you can find the Harvest Chili in your Trader Joe's, 100% go for that as well. Now there are a ton more things that I wanna try that we picked up, but I'm actually gonna save that for a full day eating video coming very soon. So make sure you're 1, subscribe to the channel so that way you don't miss out on that video. 2, if you turn your bell on, you're gonna know when new videos get released. And 3, if you can do me a favor, if you enjoyed this video, press thumbs up on it because it does help the video get more people. But for this one, I'm gonna end it right here. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you very shortly in the next one. Peace.
This the anthem. If you rockin' with it, put your hands up. Yeah.